Diddy's sons have stopped attending his bail hearings, and lawsuits against them for rape of minors are heating up. Grace Omar K. alleges that Christian Combe sexually assaulted her on a yacht in December 2022. Christian Combe was named as a co-conspirator in the lawsuit against Diddy, and it seems like the apple didn't fall far from the tree. There are also allegations that Diddy forced these victims to have sex with prostitutes as he touched himself, calling these situations freak-offs and often recording them. In February, Rodney Jones, also known as the producer Lil Rod, filed civil against Diddy in his lengthy lawsuit, which included Justin Combs, who was accused of soliciting prostitutes, underage girls, and sex workers. Justin Combs is listed as a defendant in this case because he facilitated Diddy's alleged RICO enterprise and at times participated in a civil suit. Another allegation and separate civil lawsuit involves Diddy's other son, Christian or King Combs. Grace Omar K. alleges that Christian Combe sadly assaulted her on a yacht in December 2022, and she says it was facilitated by Diddy. Diddy's family has stopped coming to his trial at his recent bail hearing, with only 2 of his sons, King Combs and Christian Combs, showing up. The rest of his 7 kids didn't even bother to come to the hearing and allegedly tried to distance themselves from their father. The allegations of abuse against Diddy are shocking, and there are reports that Diddy was trying to groom his stepson. This time around, Diddy was brought in first, and the children arrived at the courtroom. However, there were no Quincy, Delilah, Jesse, and the caregivers of his younger children who were not yet of age. Diddy appeared noticeably thinner and thinner than before, and his mom was not present in court today. In summary, Diddy's sons have stopped attending his bail hearings, and lawsuits against them for rape of minors are heating up. The allegations against Diddy's sons, Justin Combs, King Combs, and Christian Combs are shocking and highlight the ongoing legal battle between Diddy and his family. Courtney Burgess, a man who is friends with Diddy's ex-wife Kim Porter and is allegedly handing over freak-off tapes showing Diddy in sexual contact with minors, is being sued by Diddy's son. Diddy's sons are interested in the money that Burgess might make if he decides to publish their mother's memoir, which is currently in FBI custody. Burgess owns the rights to a book based on the alleged memoir of Kim Porter, and they have sent Burgess a cease and assist letter to prevent the further sale of the book. Christian and Quincy Combs, the sons of Diddy and Kim Porter, are reportedly fighting back and have sent Burgess a cease and assist letter to prevent the further sale of the book. They argue that this is an attempt to capitalize on Porter's fame and that they own the rights to her intellectual property, such as her diary entries and potential manuscript as her heirs. They also want an accounting of current sales of the book, to be clear. In a recent interview on News Nation, Courtney Burgess described the details of the freak-off tapes given to him by Kim Porter and reportedly show multiple celebrities engaged in abuse. The tapes verify that Diddy's stepson was involved in the abuse, with many of the victims appearing to be drugged and appearing to be minors. It is unclear at this point if any of Diddy's children were part of the freak-off parties, but given that Diddy's stepson was actually pictured there, it is not hard to believe that that is true. Freddie P., an artist who was allegedly blackballed by Diddy and worked closely with him during his early years, has said that industry insiders always thought that something weird was up between Diddy and his stepson. He reportedly witnesses suspicious behavior between Diddy and his son Christian. And now even lawsuits are saying that Diddy raped minors with his son at his side. In an exclusive interview to NBC, the woman claims that Diddy wed her along with Jay-Z at an event. The lawsuit against Diddy has raised deeper questions about why Diddy was so infatuated with a child that wasn't his own and groomed that child. A 38-year-old autistic woman from Alabama has filed a lawsuit accusing Shaw Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old. She spoke out to NBC News for the first time, asking not to reveal her identity. The woman claims that she suffered a head injury the night of the 2000's MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. She went to an after-party where she spoke to Collins' limo driver, who offered her a ride to an after-party. She then had a drink that made her feel woozy, and Combs and Carter took turns raping her, while a female celebrity watched JY Comes in Andy's. The woman's father picked her up and drove her home in silence. He didn't ask her what happened or where she was. A male victim, John Doe, has also spoken out about the abuse he faced at the hands of Diddy. and claimed that Diddy actually assaulted him after giving him drinks that had been drugged. The victim gave an exclusive interview on CNN just a few weeks ago detailing the AB, which was incredibly painful, and he was acting like it was nothing. More than 24 accusers have filed suit against the still-imprisoned rap mogul. John Doe, identified only as John Doe, was hired by a security firm to work at one of Sean Combs' famous white parties in the Hamptons. He claims that Diddy targeted him by providing him with drinks throughout the night. Not from staff or someone holding a tray of drinks, but from him directly. The suit filed in October states that Diddy pushed him into a van, held him down, and sexually assaulted him. Talia Graves, another alleged victim, filed a federal lawsuit against Diddy and his former bodyguard Joseph Sherman, accusing them of drugging and sexually assaulting her in 2001 at a Bad Boy record studio in New York City. Her testimony follows the same pattern alleged by the other victims against Diddy this time. However, Diddy asked his guard to rip her. The latest woman to speak out against music mogul Sean Combs is Talia Graves from Harris County. Graves alleges that in 2001, when she was 25 years old, Combs and his head of security lured her into a meeting at a New York City recording studio, where they gave her a drink that caused her to briefly lose consciousness when she woke up. Graves says she was bound by the drugs and the fear of what Diddy and Jay-Z might do to her if she spoke out. In conclusion, the case of Talia Graves and other alleged victims highlights the ongoing struggle for justice and the importance of advocating for oneself and being a voice for oneself. The lawsuit filed against rapper Cassie Combs alleges that he and his longtime friend Sean Carter were involved in the alleged sexual abuse of children by rapper Diddy Combs. The lawsuit claims that the assault was recorded and shown to multiple other men, and that the video was shown to multiple other men. The victim also faced multiple threats that made her stay silent for decades. The violation has had lasting effects on her body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The complaint also mentions that Jay-Z and Beyoncé were at the event where the abuse took place and helped Diddy cover it up. The complaint also mentions that Combs and Carter were not just occasional collaborators in the music industry, but developed a close friendship from the late 1990s to the present. They attended countless music industry events, including the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City, where the events alleged in the complaint occurred. The complaint also addresses an alleged harassment campaign that Jay-Z started after not being reached out about his involvement in the suit. Carter was identified in the plaintiff's original complaint as celebrity, and prior to filing the amended complaint, he received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve the matter. Jay-Z responded by filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit and orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against the plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates. Gandil has spoken out about why celebrities are staying quiet and trying to cover up what happened. He believes that Diddy recorded everything that went on at his house, and everyone that was at his party was recorded. Now, these people are scared of what might come out if they spoke out. Will Smith, Jay-Z, Ashton Kutcher, and Jennifer Lopez were all best friends with Diddy, but they are now trying to walk away from what happened. Celebrities like Will Smith, Jay-Z, Ashton Kutcher, and Jennifer Lopez are represented by a brand that is all about the money. They are praying that they are not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being alled up in the whole 9 yards. In this text, the speaker discusses the allegations against rapper Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, and his brother Love P. Diddy. The speaker explains that the FBI has been tipped on the tapes of the alleged sex trafficking incident, which has led to concerns among the congregation and the media. The speaker believes that the pastor's actions may have led to the loss of faith in the pastor and the congregation, as people often place their faith in the pastor rather than God. The lawyer who brought the case against Diddy has stated that there are over 300 victims, some of whom are younger than 7 years old. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Busby stated that he would name everyone involved in the sex trafficking ring, ensuring that they have police reports and medical records to back their claims. The speaker anticipates filing lawsuits against Diddy, which may not be big names at first, but will include a long list of names. They want to do as much due diligence as possible before filing the case, as public filings are in fact public in the United States. When naming someone in a lawsuit, the press is likely to pick it up, so they are aware of this. Some of the allegations against Diddy include a minor who was told by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but needed a visit with him in private. Another incident involved a 15-year-old girl who was drugged and taken into a private room where she was raped, and then other individuals took turns with her. Another individual, 26, was picked up by Mr. Combs and several others in a black SUV from the airport and woke up the next day with pain and damage to both her vagina and anus. She went to the hospital missing her underwear and shoes. Another incident involved a 26-year-old woman who attended a group dinner with Sean Combs in Miami, where she was blacked out and woke up in the same bed again, allegedly with Mr. Combs in his mansion. Her vagina and anus were torn and sore as the lawsuits pile up and Diddy's family starts to distance themselves. The speaker expresses their thoughts on the horrifying claims against Diddy and the silence of the celebrities who were allegedly involved in the sex trafficking case. They believe that justice will eventually prevail, and the speaker encourages readers to share their thoughts on the matter in the comments section.